greatest fight in the history of boxing. Back into a war. He struck down. Juan Manuel Lopez has done it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the James L. Knight Center here in beautiful Miami, Florida. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum, who's with us as always in the front row. Brought to you all weekend long by AutoZone. Get in the zone by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now. By C4 Energy, energy that hits, and by Twisted Tea, hard iced tea. Keep it twisted. Sponsors are out of the way. Let's get down to business. Our main event here in Miami is the Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Teofimo Lopez puts his belt on the line as he takes on Steve Claggett. And in our co-main, 10 rounds in the featherweight division, Robesi Ramirez taking on Brandon Benitez. We will bring those gentlemen up in just a few minutes. But right now, joining me on stage, 6 rounds in the middleweight division, Nico Ali Walsh to my right, Sona Akale to my left. It is a rematch. And also joining me to my right, junior welterweight sensation Emiliano Fernando Vargas, who will be taking on Jose Zaragoza. And to my left, undefeated heavyweight prospect from right here in Hollywood, Florida, Lorenzo Medina. An unbelievable night of fights coming to you from Miami. It's great to be here. It's a little humid, but man, do we have a card for you Saturday night. Lorenzo, going to start with you, brother. You're taking on Detrelius Webster. You're 10-0, 9 knockouts, 19 years old, from right down the street in Hollywood, Florida. What's this week mean to you to be fighting in your backyard?
It means so much to me, man. You know, like, this is one of the things I've been looking forward to my career since I was a little kid, you know. And to be doing it on such a big platform like Top Rank and ESPN and in front of my family and friends means the world to me.
19 years old, brother. Congratulations on all your success that you've already had. 10-0 with 9 knockouts. In a past interview, you talked candidly about the Olympics. You had the opportunity to go to the Olympics. You won the Olympic trials, but you chose to go pro instead. What made you decide to get into the pro game and not go for the Olympic gold?
Well, no, I won the traveling team and stuff, and I had the opportunity to go to the Olympic Training Center and train with Team USA and, you know, compete in the World Championships as well. But, you know, for me, I'm here to be a world champion, and if world champions are forgotten every day. You know, I want to be a Hall of Famer one day. I want to make sure they remember my name, you know, 100 years from now. And in the professional game is where that happens. 19
years old. You obviously got a lot of time ahead of you. Do you have the patience to stick it out, the dedication, the drive? Because a lot of times guys want it tomorrow, and the process is what sometimes get in the way.
No, absolutely. And a lot of fighters, you know, us as fighters, you know, that's what we're supposed to do. You know, we got to have that confidence and that eagerness to get in the ring and want to fight, and that's great. But at the same time, that's what our managers are here for. And that's why we have the great people in our corners to lead us the right way. And however long it takes, you know, I'm willing to keep that dedication there and the hard work there.
What separates you from other young heavyweight prospects?
Good and great, bro.
I love it. You talked about your speed and your footwork. What makes you focus on the footwork? Because a lot of guys don't do that.
You know, a lot of heavyweights, you know, there's heavyweights with fast hands, there's heavyweights with good defense, but there's no heavyweights with quick feet. You know, you can have the fastest hands in the world, but if you don't have fast feet to match it, you know, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah. How exciting has it been to have this week now be here? Just put your phone away. It's getting blown up by people who want to come to the fights. You give that responsibility to somebody else?
No, absolutely, man. It's a great feeling, but of course, social media is a job in itself. But I mean, it's something I wouldn't give up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, it's exciting for us to be here in Miami. Congratulations on all your success so far.
Thank you, I appreciate
We'll see you on the scale tomorrow. Not that it matters. Lorenzo Giant
Absolutely.
Killer Medina.
Thank you.
To my right, El General Emiliano Fernando Vargas. Listen, brother, I've always had the privilege of being able to sit down with you. You always look fantastic. 10-0, 8 knockouts. It's a busy weekend for your family. I want to start there because your brother is fighting this weekend as well. Your father, who would normally be with us in the crowd right now, is not. He's with your brother. He'll be making his way here. What does this weekend mean to you guys as the Vargas family to have your brother on another card and then you as well fighting Saturday?
It's only going to give me more motivation come Saturday night when I see my brother raise his hand on Friday. You know, we got this Vargas dynasty thing going on, and people think it's a gimmick. People think it's a fake, a fraud. I'm only here to show up and show out. So every time I have another opportunity to step in the ring, thank you, Bob. Thank you, everyone at Top Rank. Thank you, ESPN. It's another opportunity to show everyone that, you know, we're here to stay.
First time in Miami for you. How are you enjoying South Florida and all of the surroundings that have been presented so far this week?
I love it. You know what I'm saying? We're locked in, though. You know, all those fun activities and everything like that we can handle after. I got great family with me. I got people in the right corner with me, and we're looking to get the job done Saturday night. That's the only thing on my mind.
You had 2 fights in 2022, 6 in 2023. This is your 4th fight already in 2024. Clearly, you like being busy. You mentioned prospect of the year recently in an interview. Does this all come into play? Is this part of the busyness factor?
I mean, look, I just want to be the best young fighter I could be now. I know I'm in a grown man sport, and, world champions that are world champion right now are 27, 28, 30 years old. So I know kind of, like I said, I'm in a grown man sport. So all I have to do is keep my head down, get the experience. I think when it's time, my team, and we'll sit down with Bob, we'll sit down with the rest of the team, and when it's time to go for a world title, then it's time.
Listen, we're always excited to have you on the card. It's a pleasure to sit down with you. See you tomorrow on the scale.
Thank you so much, and to all my Latino fans here in Florida. Thank you so much for the love. You guys welcomed the Mexican with open arms. All my Cubans, all my Puerto Ricans, everybody showed out at the media workout yesterday. Y gracias por todo el apoyo. Gracias.
Awesome. Listen, let's move into these guys sitting on either side of me. It's a rematch, 6 rounds in the middleweight division. Nico Ali Walsh, Sona Akale. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Nico, I want to start with you. You wanted this fight to happen now for a minute. What has to change so that you walk out with a W?
A lot has changed. This isn't my first rematch, so we know that I'm able to adapt quickly. I'm early in my career, so I'm changing every month, and I'm looking forward to the fight.
Sona, Slink Proper Akale. How excited are you to run it back?
I'm very excited. I'm eager to prove that it was no fluke.
You've always had a big family around you, household growing up with cousins, aunts, uncles. How special has this journey been since the fight with Nico? Your game obviously upped in the boxing world and also in music.
Oh, yeah. It's been a whirlwind, man. I love it all. I'm already a legend in my city, so win, lose, or draw, I'm happy to be here, but I'm here to win. Always. Always here to win.
Listen, legend in your city, you got to get with Bob. Maybe we'll do a fight in your hometown.
Man, I've been trying to talk to Bob forever, man. Tell Bob that.
Listen, Nico, I know you don't like to be away from the gym very often. You talk about it all the time. You took a week off after your last fight. You had a great unanimous decision over Charles Stanford.
I didn't take a week off.
Well, it was in my notes that you took a week off and your team forced you to not be in the gym. You may have worked out outside of the gym, but you were not in the gym. That is a fact.
Yeah, my bad, yeah.
All right. How was working out with and out of Salas's gym now? You've been with him with 3 fights.
These guys are amazing. I've got just love in my corner, and I've got people who believe in me, which is the most important thing. I'm working with Fernando Diaz, Jamie Bell. All of Salas Academy is amazing. Every single person there I get along with, so I'm just happy to be where I'm at.
I mentioned to Sona the importance of family. Obviously, your family rolls in deep every fight week that you're on the card. It's always great to spend time with your family. How important are they in your life? And when it comes to training camp, are you able to sort of cut ties for a little bit and focus on the task at hand? Because sometimes I know my mom can get in the way.
No, honestly, it's a family event. At the end of the day, what I'm doing is a family business. So I don't really cut ties, I would say, but my family understands that. My mom and my aunt are here. They're twins. They were around when the greatest fighter of all time was fighting. So if they know how to cut ties with him, they definitely know how to do it with me. So I embrace my family always, and they actually give me strength when they come, to my fight and stuff.
I'm going to quote you because in researching for today, you were quoted recently, boxing is simply life now. How important is it to put on a show Saturday night and make a statement?
It's very important. Every fight has its own significance and its own importance, but this fight in particular is very important to me. I feel like the world works in a weird way, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. I'm standing on the grounds where, as you know, I'm sure my grandfather fought Liston here, and he shook up the world, and I'm not going to shake up the world. I'm not fighting Sonny Liston, but I'm definitely in my own right shaking up the world, in a little bit in my heart. So
now I want to come back to you real quick. Twin Cities is home. You spar with former champ Jamal James. How has the process for you changed since all of the attention to the win over Nico?
Just dealing with the new faces and dealing with the new people that knew you from kindergarten that you haven't seen in your whole life, and then they pop up. They say, "Oh, that was my best guy. This is that in kindergarten." It's like, "Oh, okay, 30 years ago, yeah, we were close, yeah." But I'm glad that the publicity, putting my city on the map, and bringing some light and awareness to Minnesota and where I come from, and Africa and Cameroon, because I'm originally Cameroonian. I'm here to fight. I'm here to win, and I'm glad to be here, man. Thank you to everybody that came out, and you guys are gonna get a fireworks show on Saturday.
Thanks for being here, and thank you for agreeing to run it back again.
I wanted it. I always wanted it.
We know.
Yeah, all right.
We know.
I'm just making sure.
Nico, last question for you. You brought it up. Your grandfather obviously fought here. You had the chance earlier in the week to walk through a pretty incredible exhibit. And I've asked you this before. Does that give you extra motivation, extra mojo in your step to know that you're carrying on this name? I introduce you every fight as the legend lives on.
Yeah, that name kind of just stuck, but I feel like that name is suitable for now. I love my grandfather, of course. I don't enjoy talking about him all the time, of course, but it just so happens that, he had such an impact that his essence is left like everywhere I'm fighting. I fight in Atlanta. That's where he did the torch for the Olympics. I'm fighting in Vegas. That's where he fought. I'm fighting in New York. That's where he fought Frazier. So, now I'm here where he fought Liston. That's a very impactful fight. I definitely feel the mojo, as you put it, and it's a different kind of feeling. It's a strength that I'm not really used to.
We're going to leave it right there. We're going to take a little break. We're going to let these guys have a picture up front and the first face-off of the week, and then we'll be back to bring up our co-feature and main event. Gentlemen, thank you. Everybody watching online, sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
one of the most action-packed fighters in the world, Teofimo Lopez against Steve Claggett. That's going to be a scrap right there. Both guys like to come forward.
Teofimo Lopez, showstopper.
Oh, big left hand.
Facing Ramirez, finishes it off in style.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the James L. Knight Center here in beautiful Miami, Florida. As always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. It's now time to bring up our co-feature and our main event. Our co-feature is scheduled for 10 rounds in the featherweight division. Please welcome to the stage at this time, Robeisy El Train Ramirez and his opponent, Brandon El Leon Benitez. Gentlemen, come on up, Robeisy, Brandon. And in our main event, we're going to bring them up as well. You're going to be right there. Robeisy right here on the end. In our main event, the Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Please welcome the champion, the takeover, Teofimo Lopez, and his opponent, Steve the Dragon Claggett. Steve, come on up. Teo, get up here. What's up, brother? All right, ladies and gentlemen, settle in. Let's start with our co-feature. As I mentioned, 10 rounds in the featherweight division. Robeisy Ramirez, Brandon El Leon Benitez. Gabe is off stage to help me translate. Robeisy, I'm going to start with you. How excited are you to be back in the ring and get this thing back on track?
Robeisy, vamos a empezar contigo. ¿Qué tan emocionado estás para estar de vuelta al cuadrilátero?
No, realmente me siento bien contento de volver, por supuesto, acá a mi casa, a Miami. Y nada, bien feliz del apoyo que han brindado la afición y emocionado porque ya he estado.
I feel very happy to be coming home here in Miami, and I'm very happy for the support that the fans have been giving to me, and I'm excited to be back.
I'm going to come over to Brandon El Leon Benitez, 21-2, 9 knockouts. You have won 7 in a row, and you wanted this one. What does this opportunity mean to you to be facing a former world champion?
Brandon, has ganado 7 peleas en fila y de verdad querías este combate. ¿Qué significa esta oportunidad ante un ex campeón mundial?
Primero, antes que nada, muchas gracias a todos los que están aquí. Gracias a Top Rank por darme la oportunidad de tener esta pelea. La verdad es que me siento muy emocionado. He buscado una pelea así de grande. Ahora que se me da la oportunidad, pues la voy a aprovechar y aquí estamos para ganar. Entonces, me siento muy contento de poder estar aquí con todos ustedes y estar aquí en Miami y hacer una pelea fabulosa.
First, I want to thank everyone here, and I want to thank Top Rank for the opportunity to have this fight. And I feel excited. I have looked for a big fight like this for a while, and now that I have the opportunity, I'm going to take advantage of it. So I'm here to win, and I'm happy to be here with all of you here in Miami, and it's going to be a fabulous fight.
Robeisy, Benitez is primed for Saturday night. What do you need to do to walk away victorious?
Robeisy, Benitez está listo para este combate del sábado. ¿Qué necesitas hacer para salir con la mano en alto?
Creo que necesitar hacer algo diferente no es el objetivo. Es salir, hacer mi trabajo y demostrar la calidad que tengo y el verdadero Robeisy Ramírez que salga ese sábado.
I don't think I need to do any different. I have my objective, which is to do my work and demonstrate the quality of fighter that I am. The true Robeisy will be seen this Saturday.
With that, I'm coming back to Brandon right away. You were quoted, as soon as I get in the ring, I'm not going to stop throwing punches until my hand is raised. I think this guy over here has something to say about that. How do you overcome Robeisy?
Anteriormente dijiste que en cuanto entres al ring no vas a dejar de tirar golpes hasta que te suben la mano. A lo mejor Robeisy tendría que decir algo sobre eso, pero ¿cómo vas a superar a este rival?
Pues nos hemos venido preparando con zurdos desde poquito más de un año. Entonces, no creo que sea una dificultad volver a enfrentar a un zurdo. Claro, sabemos que Robeisy es un peleador muy duro, un ex campeón olímpico, un ex campeón mundial. Sabemos que tenemos enfrente a un gran peleador, pero es un gran reto. A mí me gustan los retos y yo vengo por esta victoria.
Well, we've been preparing for Southpaws for about more than a year, so I don't think we'll see any difficulties in facing a Southpaw. But of course, we know that we have a tough fighter. He's an Olympian, a former world champion, so we know he's a great fighter. This is a big challenge, but I like challenges, and we're coming for the victory.
Gabe, one last question for Brandon before we move over back to Rabesi. 126 pounds looks good on him. He's moved up every time he enters the ring. It's important, but clearly this is probably the most important fight of his career.
Te ves muy bien en esta división de las 126 libras y cada vez que entres al cuadrilátero es algo importante, pero ¿qué tan importante es este combate?
Es el más importante de mi carrera, es una gran oportunidad. Sabemos que ganando esta pelea nos enfilamos por algún título mundial, entonces venimos bien preparados tanto física, mentalmente, espiritualmente, y pues en mi cabeza no está más que ganar, así que venimos muy bien preparados.
This is the most important fight of my career. It's a great opportunity, and if I win that fight, it will position me towards a world title opportunity. So I'm prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually. In my mind, there is nothing else but winning, so we've come very prepared.
Brandon, thank you very much.
Gracias.
Robesi, what did you learn from your loss to Espinosa last December that now has put you in a different mindset?
¿Qué has aprendido de la derrota frente a Espinosa que quizás ha cambiado tu mentalidad de cara a este combate?
Creo que lo que mejor aprendí fue que uno tiene que estar bien concentrado y bien centrado en el trabajo que hay que hacer, que este deporte es un deporte demasiado fuerte donde uno se sacrifica mucho y si no estás concentrado 100% en lo que tienes que hacer, hay veces que te sacan de lo que tienes que hacer arriba del ring y pues eso es lo que he aprendido, simplemente escuchar, concentrarme, a dejar todo a un lado cuando toca trabajar, es trabajar.
I think what I most or best learned is that one has to be very concentrated on the work you have to do. This is a very tough sport where you sacrificed a lot, and if you are not concentrated at a 100% on what you have to do, then you can be, sometimes you'll be taken off of what you need to do in the fight. And so what I learned is that I need to listen, concentrate, and put everything I need to do in this fight.
Brandon just mentioned it about a title opportunity awaiting the winner of this fight. So it's clearly a massive fight Saturday night, and Espinosa just put on a show just last week for us at Top Rank. How important is it for you to make a statement on Saturday night as well?
Hemos escuchado a...
Sí, creo que esta pelea del sábado va a ser súper importante porque, por supuesto, hemos estado desde el principio del año pidiendo la revancha y pues ganando el sábado ya sabemos que si no es la revancha con Espinosa es pelear por cualquiera de los otros títulos, pero sí, eso es lo que más quiere la afición, es lo que quiere mi equipo, es lo que yo quiero y nada, obtener la victoria y pues cerrar el año una revancha para recoger mi título mundial para atrás.
Yes, this fight Saturday is very important. And of course, because we have been asking for a rematch since the beginning of the year. And so winning Saturday, we know that if we don't get a rematch, then we can fight for any of the other world titles as well. And I think that's what the fans most want. My team, that's what I want. And so we need to get the victory so that we can end the year with that rematch and recover my title.
Thank you. Gracias. There it is, guys. Robesi, El Tren, Ramirez, Brandon, El Leon, Benitez. That's 10 rounds in the featherweight division. That's our co-feature. That's just our co-feature. Let's move on to the main event. The Junior Welterweight Championship of the World is on the line. The champion, Teofimo Lopez. Steve, the Dragon, Claggett. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Champ, we'll start with you. You've spent the last 8 or 9 weeks here in Florida training. How's Florida life?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity right here. This is a great opportunity for not just for myself, but for everyone that's on this card. This is a long overdue event. And, Miami has been great. I
I did my training camp here preparing for Josh Taylor, and we just thought we needed to, revisit this. And obviously I'm in great spirits, so I look forward to it.
Steve the Dragon Claggett, 38-7-2, 26 knockouts, fellow Canadian. So welcome to South Florida. You've now won 9 fights in a row, 7 by knockout. I'd ask you how you're feeling, but I think it goes without saying you've been on a tear lately.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is something I worked my whole life for, and I feel like I have great momentum right now. So it's the time for me.
Do you think you're being overlooked here? A lot of people were scratching their heads when this fight was announced, but clearly you and your camp don't.
Well, I don't really care what other people say. You can only control your own perspective, so I just do what I know is right, and I prepare like I know, sacrifice what I did, and I put in the work.
Chav, I want to come back to you. Last time out, you had a unanimous decision over Jermaine Ortiz. You're not going to see that style Saturday night. How have you prepared differently to face Steve, who you know is going to come forward and come at you?
Well, we understand, this is like entering the dragon, right now in this moment. So, this is not a slouch. This fighter he's waited 15 years for this opportunity right here, and he has it. This is a moment of his career, and for me, it's just knowing that overall, just sticking to my game plan, listening to my team, and really, this is a good slugfest. Really, it's going to be a good fight, good matchup. And I just want to thank Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman for making it happen.
He's been on a streak with 9 wins in a row. How do you stop that train?
Just like anything else, man. We know how to get the job done. We know how to win. You know what I'm saying? We're not a 2-time lineal world champion for no reason. We do this. We face the best fighters that you could possibly think of in boxing. So, Steve Claggett, I know he's going to come and bring it. However, there's just different levels to this, and it's nothing personal at that end. It's just, I look forward to seeing what he brings to the table, and we just dissect him from there.
Steve, I want to come back to you. Your team is incredibly proud of what you've accomplished lately, an NABF title. You've had 2 defenses of that title, constant improvement in the gym, better ever timeout. These are quotes from your corner. Has signing with Eye of the Tiger helped your overall training and your confidence?
Definitely. Signing with Eye of the Tiger was the best move of my whole boxing life. And I always used to say I was swimming in the ocean by myself when I had no promoter, no team. But now I'm on a big battleship, so it feels great to have some support and people behind me, and I can't wait to make them proud.
We love when Eye of the Tiger's on our cards, I can tell you that. One thing that stood out for me in one of your interviews recently is that you said you're more versatile than you've ever been. How so?
Well, the name of the game is work on your weaknesses and just consistent improvement. Stay dedicated and work and build, and all the things that I couldn't do, I've been adding to my game, and I've been getting better every fight. And I feel like I'm progressing more than ever right now. So it's a nice time for me.
It's going to be a great fight Saturday night. Champ, you were quoted in an interview recently that nobody at 140 wanted to come in the ring with you. How excited were you when Steve signed on the dotted line?
For me, it's like just all I ask from Top Rank to Bob Arum is just keep me productive, keep me active, and this is it. This guy, I haven't fought an Orthodox fighter in some time. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that I'm actually looking forward to. And for him to sign this contract, I know he's ready. Anything that we sent him, he was ready to sign, no questions asked. And, obviously he knows what this means to him. And this means a lot to me, This for him, he has nothing to lose. And for me, I have everything to gain, really, from this win. So I look forward to a great night, a great showing, Saturday night, June 29th, and live on ESPN.
Explain that a little bit, everything to gain after this fight.
Well, everything to gain, really. I'm the last guy standing in the 140 division. WBC, we got a new champion. WBA, we have a new champion. And the IBF, we have a new champion. The only one left is Teofimo Lopez. We have new faces coming into the game. And for me, this is the takeover for a reason. Miami takeover this time.
Steve, how excited are you to be here now that it's fight week? You're sitting 3 feet away from the guy you're going to face on Saturday night. It's real now.
I put my whole life into this. I've worked my whole life for this opportunity, so I'm happy. I'm here, and I'm ready to show what a lifetime of hard work and dedication can do.
Champ, any last remarks?
For me, you know, this is everything. This means a lot to me, man. I'm only 26. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. Been hungry. I'm starving at this point, you know. This is the eye of the tiger right here. So I look forward to a great showing, great fight. I know he's ready. I'm more than ready. So for everyone, you guys got to definitely tune in. And we have a tremendous undercard. We got Lorenzo Medina in the card as well. And who else do we have? Emilio Vargas. So we have a lot of great talent. So for everybody, and Nico Walsh, you know, going back for his rematch. So it's a tremendous card, man. I look forward to a great event.
Stealing my jaw. You're doing my job. Listen, he just said it, and I'll repeat it. You do not want to miss Saturday night from right here in beautiful Miami, Florida. Gentlemen, thank you. This is just our co-feature and main event, and like the champ just said, the card is absolutely stacked. We're going to be right here tomorrow at 1 o'clock to get them on the scale. You do not want to miss all things Top Rank Boxing this weekend in Miami. Unbelievable title fight. Steve Claggett, Teofimo Lopez, thank you for being here. As always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow when we get them on the scale. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Pick a side. Will you live? Will you die? Will you quit? Will you try? Sweating eyes. Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Pick a side. Only two options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time. We already on the way. Better get themselves in line. Thought I told you we don't play. The team going nuts, the score going up, morale going down, the fans backing up. Now all the kids got a new hero. They ain't never seen so many zeros. And that's when the crowd starts to shout. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Yeah, spill venom out the side of my pores. We came to battle, we came for war. Digging in the mud, carry across the globe. No matter the weather, rain, sunny or snow. I guess all the sacrifice was worth it. The pain made perfect and gave me a purpose, yeah. And I still don't get no breaks. And you about to learn why if you in my way. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down.
One of the most action-packed fighters in the world, Teofimo Lopez against Steve Claggett. That's going to be a scrap right there. Both guys like to come forward.
Teofimo Lopez